then carbon sequestration is the biggest thing, because that is where we have carbon credit, that is where many people, the educated communities or international community is so happy, because by putting biochar in the soil, we get credits. Okay, that is happening now. So, and credits are very strong now, means good value is there, so those things are happening. So, it addresses many things actually, like environmental, like carbon sequestration, greenhouse gas emission reduction, securing from climate variability, and global warming, climate change mitigation. Mitigation solution, remember, this is one of the best mitigation solution. Mitigation means the emissions which are there already in the air, which are potent greenhouse gases, means which will increase the warming of the atmosphere. Within that, carbon dioxide is one of the important things. So, by storing this carbon, which is taken by plants initially, which embedded in their body, and that plant converted into biochar in the pyrolysis process, that carbon is sequestered, because 1000 years it is going to remain there. 1000 years I have just क्या बोलते हैं उसको, स्थापित कर दिया, ये शब्द ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन sequestered means I have stored it long term. So that way we are preventing the ongoing crisis of climate change, biggest crisis of since earth existed. This is the biggest crisis, no politician realizes, and nowhere it is discussed, and much. So livelihoods, because of increased crop yield, definitely you said, see, UN also said we have to double our production by 2050, something like that. Indian government is also having a policy increasing the production, increasing income. Swaminathan ji, he said and gone. We know commission is there, no? What happened? So that also we can increase here. And reclaiming degraded soil, this is the biggest challenge we have, especially in Punjab, Haryana. In Green Revolution, they shot up like that. So they were very rich, but now they are on the roads. दिल्ली में क्यों उन लोग बार बार आ रहे, स्ट्राइक क्यों कर रहे? That magic miracle is over. Green Revolution is a short-term show. Back on roads, farmers. In terms of health also. Everything, cancer hospital है उधर, cancer train है, we know all that. Okay, and one good thing I heard in Meerut is, farmers said one good beautiful thing. What they said is, सर हम दो तरह का एग्रीकल्चर करते, क्या क्या बोले, एक एग्रीकल्चर है नॉर्मल जो करना है वो करते, दूसरा एग्रीकल्चर एकदम ऑर्गेनिक करते. ये ऑर्गेनिक किस लिए बोले तो हमारे लिए सर बोले, means they know how much they are putting and they are going to die, and because they need to get income, they are doing other chemical agriculture and feeding people like us. Knowingly you cannot feed your children and yourself, no? So they realized, good, but we fools, we are just enjoying, fools only and idiots also, because we never supported them, we never cared them. Your oil is not oil, cooking oil, refined is not oil, that is highly contaminated, polluted, adulterated, something, agreed? Everybody knows. Your honey is not your honey. Huh? Yeah, so milk is not milk, the basic which we feed the kids in every family. Everybody agreed? Milk is not milk. आज मेरा फेस्टिवल है, मुझे इतना लीटर ज़्यादा चाहिए बोले तो गाय खुशी से दे रहा है. कल ये ह्यूमन बींग्स का फेस्टिवल है, बेचारे उनके लिए 1 लीटर मैं ज़्यादा देगा, खींच लो बोल के दे रहा है ना? हाँ, that way we are getting that extra milk. We are happy. They are for our service, no? They are doing. Huh? So all these places, by now, this health department and food inspector, they would have by now seized everything. कोका-कोला में पेस्टिसाइड आया बोले के बहुत बड़ा इश्यू केस करके पूरा इंडिया में हम फैलाए. अब कहाँ नहीं है बोलो पेस्टिसाइड? If you test all our drinking water missions of every state, whatever water is being supplied, you tell me if there is no pesticide in that drinking water. Did anybody test? At least tell this much is permitted बोल के भी बोले क्या? वो भी नहीं बोले. So these are the issues now, and increased soil microbes, fungi, that is also increases. Okay, fungi क्या क्या बोलते हैं इन लोग, तो मुझे confuse करते हैं. So हाँ, algae बोलते हैं, algae बोलते हैं, दो कंट्री वाले दो शब्द बोलते हैं. हम इंडियंस कौन सा शब्द बोलना पता नहीं, मुझे ऑलवेज कन्फ्यूजन होता है. అంతే కదా మేడం, ఏమనాలో అర్థం కాదు. तो फिजिकल इंडियन इंग्लिश बोल के रहता है बाय डिफॉल्ट. इवन बाय सॉफ्टवेयर आल्सो दे से विच इंग्लिश यू वांट, इंडियन इंग्लिश. वी आर मेजॉरिटी, सो ओनली आवर इंग्लिश परवेट्स अभी. तो अगेन फिजिकल, दिस चेंजेस द soil moisture retention, soil texture, temperature, surface area, and many other things. And chemical thing also it is doing many things, as I told. But what we need is policy, technology, research, and local practices. There are so many things which we need to integrate. This is a bigger thing, nobody is doing much. Policy level, least I discuss with senior level officers or many scientists who are at the top level. They have least information about this and they are least bothered. Then who will bell the cat? Nobody is doing. They need a scam or a scheme. No, they need a scheme and a scam. इधर स्कीम स्कैम का चांस मेरे ऐसा आदमी है तो पॉसिबिलिटी कम है, तो कौन करेगा अभी? Only then it is recognized and it will expand. So research also in India, I think we are far behind. Many universities they started research with my samples in India for the first time. In India, some of the agriculture universities they started with my sample only, like Raichur, and there was one Kashmir, one university was there. They started one of the earliest, I am telling, in Uttarakhand they started. Then later on Coimbatore or Krida, they like that many people they came into existence. But they are far behind, I am telling. See, when America is there, Australia is there, whole Europe is there, fully they are involved in biochar. Many things we copy from them. उधर सॉफ्टवेयर है तो हमारे बच्चे सॉफ्टवेयर गए. Then how come they are not copied this? Even our agriculture, current agriculture, it's a derived. और बोरलांग ने कुछ किया बोल के हम लाके इधर रख लिए immediately, है कि नहीं? There was not much delay. How come they are not copied this biochar then? They are ahead. That CSIR in Australia, they are far ahead. Europe, all countries, whole America, Canada, they are there. How come our people miss the bus? And here this biochar, as I said, actually for me this cycle I show, even people might question how come I entered into biochar. So here we have traditionally plantation, afforestation, whatever is happening, that is there. So once I realized that people are using 3-stone stoves and they are very poor, and the current cooking conditions are killing 5 lakh women every year in India alone, the indoor air pollution and smoke. I realized that this is a very big problem, so I started working on chula. Initially I worked on biogas, but I felt biogas means it addresses only a little bit rich communities in the villages, not the poorest of the poor. So then I converted my research into biomass cook stoves. That's how I said this is better for me. Then what happened is, when I started giving this chula and demonstrating and all that, people started questioning me. With your chula again people will dependent on this local biomass. Then I said okay, then I need to improve the availability of biomass. What I should do? So I created chullas. From there I got connected when I was working in this issue. I am part of some American group, something like that at that time. Tom Miles, you might be knowing, he is the first bioenergy list group, he is the founder. So many are there. So he remembers recently sent an email also, remembering like this 2006 year when I started using the charcoal from my cook stove as biochar for soil. He sent me an email introducing me to somebody. So that's how I entered here. So at that time there was nobody. Like at least I am able to tell you certain things. I used to do experiments and then I used to post and then I used to get feedback. Then again I used to post because I always worked on open knowledge. For me, I am very happy. Even mistakes I post, even success I post. So that way, everything is transparent for me. There is no hidden thing for me. Whatever I did, I did. Okay. Even somebody says that day you said like that, it is very wrong. You know, it's okay. At that time, I know that much. I did like that. Today I know this much. That's why I am like this. Are you getting? So never ever think that you are always right all the time. Okay, your wisdom, what is the meaning of wisdom? With age and time, with learning, your wisdom comes up. Otherwise, why you should have wisdom teeth? You have wisdom tooth or teeth? Yeah, you have. It is very painful, you know, wisdom. It fears us later, no? So that's a pain for you. Okay, but it's okay. It reminds that we are grown up and at least behave something better. Okay, as human beings. So that's how I started my biochar. So my cycle is complete because by applying biochar to the soil, I am able to have more biomass. Then my sustainability of stoves and emissions and everything, that loop is finished.
How much is that stove and does it have like special design so the air is
50 stoves I have designed, 50 types. I have my stove museum. I have different names. One is this biochar man, another is stove man, like he man, spider man. I have so many names. So, uh, so if I take lecture on only stoves, again like 3 days you have to sit. I can teach everything institutional stoves to complete science of stoves.
you do some smokeless also smokeless?
Yeah, smoke less only. Less smokeless doesn't mean no smoke. Yeah.
With the help of any University of Bangalore?
No, no. See, the problem is when I worked, BP visited me, Shell visited me when I started on stoves. Why in those days they realized our petrol is over, we had to sell chulla only to survive. They know. They came to my house also, their representatives. So they started working. Then again in Bangalore also there is one Astra and some program they are doing. I know. So my designing is different completely. You might question why you designed 50. See, when I am working with sex workers of Kamatipura, training them on chulla because they live on the footpath. Their houses, you see, they are just made like that, and they cook on the roads, literally. Okay, and then when police guy comes, they have to throw everything and moving. Okay, so that is one situation. Then if I need to make a stove in Uttarakhand, Almora, this stove, that stove will not be same because in Uttarakhand they want heat also. It is not only stove but it is also room heater. So I have to design completely. If I go to Chitrakoot, my stove is different because they तवा पे रोटी बनाते आग में डालते. Got it? So here I have to compromise the opening. Here efficiency doesn't matter for me because ultimately utility matters. So all ergonomics are part of my designs. स्टोव डिज़ाइन चूल्हा का जितना भी डिज़ाइन किया ना मैं ultimately it should have improved efficiency, it should give flexibility and utility value, and it should have all other values that they had already. Chulla is Lakshmi for them, you know. In all festivals, first they start from chulla only. Cleaning that chulla, then you putting like this cow dung and everything, putting rangoli, then they go to the front yard, then everything starts. okay, and that also protects their house from everything. Okay. So that way my communication or my work with Chulla is very intense. I trained across also. At least 3-4 countries I visited just to train on Chullas. Okay. I am not an expert on that, but I intentionally have seen 3-stone Chulla in houses. Then I said, what is the value of my education if we can't do anything for them? So when I started my own research on that. So then I spread this whole thing, and even now when I went to Avani, 2011 I went there, they have pine needles problem, they have a gasifier, and with the gasifier they get the biochar, pine needle biochar is good quality only. So what they said is, see, our community is collecting from the forest and they are preventing forest fires, and they are giving to the gasifier. In return we want to give something. Can you design a chulla? I went there. Whatever materials are there, whatever skills are there, my design should be local empowerment. So then and there I designed a stove. I am so happy, just 1 week before when I was there, my food is being cooked on the same stove. They have created many of the same design, and they are cooking even now using in the institution also.
You work with USAID also?
No, no. See, my work is grassroots level. I work with few agencies, but mostly my work is at the bottom level. Because if I, same thing happened. See, you are a scientist. You are applying for a DST project. Somebody questioned me. You give my, you don't publish your design. Give me that design. I will pay you. Then I said, no, I will publish and I'll give you design freely. You do whatever you want. You can use it as it is. See, the reason is, if you are applying for a DST project, how many lakhs it should be? You are a scientist, great scientist. Over 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, you have to apply. मैं तो रद्दी वाले कहने जाके बनाता हूँ, मेरा क्या बजट है? And mine is always cost to cost. 150 rupees. My linked my chulla with beer bottle, you know. I said, don't buy 1 or 2 beer bottles. You can take this stove to home and make your wife happy. That was my slogan. And I said, you give one hen, I'll give one chulla. Because they were selling hens for getting money to pay me. I said, okay, if you don't have money, give me barter system. वो chicken दे दो और ये ले लो. So when you get to the down, it is not a business, it is service. And business people will not tie up with me. And when I declare open knowledge, nobody will work with me. Are you getting? But my learning with chulla improved my understanding on pyrolysis, combustion, everything. Because my chullas are also producing biochar. And that is the right temperature, perfect temperature. All women are producing biochar. Are you getting? So that's a different thing. Once you touch chulla, I will be emotional and we will get into that topic. So it's a huge thing. I trained in Bangladesh, I trained in Kenya. So like the different places I went. Even biochar also I trained both places. Long back, not now.
Okay. I'm talking about 2014-15.
नहीं, उससे पहले का है. मेरा बात 2005 से हुआ है ना. तब तक मैं ऑलरेडी CNN में आ गया, CNN IBN में आ गया. वो चैनल वाला भी मेरा डॉक्यूमेंट्री बना दिए तब तक. तो उसके बाद का ये अभी recently I was not I see what I did is I did everything and made available to everyone.
Okay. That's the reason we also got smoke chulla and we distributed in Mandla district of Tamil. That's why I recalled it.
People know me from different these things. They understand me and my work. But for me, this is not just one area. Because I work on several things, so I am more like a nomad, moving from different subjects and going around. Okay, carbon sequestration. Can you everybody pronounce this carbon sequestration? थोड़ा मुश्किल है, बड़े बड़े लोग भी वो टंग घूमता नहीं, स्पेलिंग देख के कंफ्यूज होते। वो नेचुरल, तो सीखना पड़ता है कुछ, क्योंकि ये नया जार्गन है। क्लाइमेट चेंज, ऑल दिस अर्लियर एनवायरमेंटल मूवमेंट्स वेर देयर, क्लाइमेट चेंज का कोई बात नहीं था। नो वी हैव क्लाइमेट चेंज इश्यूज। Here refers to the capture and long-term storage of carbon dioxide to mitigate its impact on the climate. That's all. Long term बोले तो I said like compost or your food waste doesn't qualify as carbon sequestration, because within 2-3 days it smells and within 1 year everything disappears, उड़ जाता है, तो वो carbon sequestration है. And here biochar remains in soil for 1000 years, that's why it is eligible. 100 to 1000, that is the range given, remember, based on some the way it is produced and other qualities. 100 years to 1000 years, that is fixed now. Okay. So then natural process like photosynthesis and artificial methods be apna rahe in this sequestration process. Okay. So natural is plants are the best things to sequester anyway. Otherwise afforestation, reforestation, forest, everything will add. So greenhouse gas emissions, raising levels of CO2 and other greenhouse gases contribute to global warming. So here there are hundreds of greenhouse gases types, fluorocarbons also there, NOx, NO2 or NO3 or methane, like that many are there. Within that carbon dioxide is major. That's why we, instead of confusing with so many other greenhouse gases and looking them for solution, first we discuss only carbon market, carbon sink, carbon trading, carbon, like that we speak carbon only. Otherwise if you need to bring methane again, there will be confusion, no? What they did is potent, I mean to say kind of potentially how much dangerous it is, like they calculated like 23 times or 200 plus times. So each thing is calculated. See, 1 unit of methane I am emitting, it is like maybe 23 or 230, I don't know, 32, around 32 times, are you getting? 32 times, means methane is far more dangerous.
Different in the short term versus long term.
Yeah. So similarly nitrous oxide is also like that. So all the summer cooling are there, but they are pollution related gases. Sulfur maybe it is cooling, but your water vapor is also greenhouse potent. You might have experienced in your bathroom, somebody went inside and they came out, we can't get into, you will be sweating like anything. So that's what means it traps heat. Somebody had taken hot water bath and within that, yeah. So that is, but who will say clouds should not be there? So they are essential. So we will not consider them as a global warming thing. Greenhouse effect, you know, everybody. That is you experience in your vehicles, car especially. Whenever car is locked and kept outside, all the temperature gets in and then the radiation doesn't go out, it gets trapped. That is the best experience of greenhouse effect. That is happening already. That is really into global warming overall. So around 2 degrees already average we have crossed 18th November last year. That is the record. We don't want to cross what लक्ष्मण रेखा को पार नहीं करना बोल के पेरिस अग्रीमेंट किए ना, 1.5 to 2 बोले, 2 भी क्रॉस हो गए तो क्या है अभी, आप गंदा आदमी बोल के नाम मिल गया, अभी क्या प्रॉब्लम है? We crossed what we should not cross, we crossed. So here climate change mitigation, carbon sequestration helps in reducing concentration overall. Mitigation and adaptation, these are two important terms. In climate change you might have come across. You all are aware of these two terms? Anybody not aware, I can add a little bit more. See, vulnerability first comes in the climate change science. Exposure, sensitivity, adaptive capacity. These three are there which will make you come out of vulnerability. Are you getting? Vulnerability means what? Exposure means if you are sitting there without the shade, your exposure is there. Sensitivity means some of them will fall down with their temperature. Means some are sensitive, more sensitive, some are less sensitive. Okay. Adaptive capacity means somebody might have taken something above and putting like this. So it is a adaptive capacity, and you used your own cloth or something. So you have adapted to that. Somehow you manage it to. Got it? That will reduce your vulnerability. Got it? That is one way. But apart from that, we have to do two things. In adaptive capacity, I said no, this adaptation is a long term thing because there is no escape. Anyhow, climate change is there, and this PAP is not done by one country or one guy. We can't put one guy into jail telling that you have done so much pollution, so you have to do now rectify. Especially developed countries have done more and contributed more and increased the temperature more. Okay, and everybody is suffering. The poorest of the poor, even Jarvans in the Nicobar Islands are also suffering. They don't know why we should suffer. They are not responsible. Their ecological footprint, carbon footprint is so low. Why they should die? That's happening already. So that way, now adaptation is in this particular situation, given new condition, how do you survive? What are the various physical, technological or social, many adaptations will come together. Technological means ऐसा पंखा डाल के भी adaptation होता, but does it mitigate this पंखा? No, because we are having thermal power plant to this thing to run. Electricity is clean where? Everybody in their electric vehicle behind I give one charcoal from the same thermal power plant in the same electric vehicle, and I ask our Elon Musk to make his Tesla cars with the charcoal inside, not taking bargaining power from somebody and telling that mine is the cleanest electric vehicle. You are killing somebody there by mining, or you are contributing to global warming, killing everybody. It's an adaptation, something just to cope. Mitigation means like the solution, solar we are going, wind we are going, they are also a kind of mitigation. Without fossil fuels, even they are not possible. Like wave energy, that is perfect, something we can say. Yeah. Your solar dryer, did you buy solar dryer anytime?
Yeah.
How much it costs?
It costs from 5,000 rupees to you can go up to 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs.
The sophisticated designs are also there.
Yes.
The best solar dryer is वो तागा, अपना कपड़ा
कपड़ा सुखाने वाला.
somebody वो कवर में बिना बताए टाइटल लिखा है सोलर ड्रायर वेरी चीप बोल के. ऑनलाइन अमेजन में आया, कैंची से काट के देखे तो तागा है. सो दैट इज मोर अडाप्टेशन में वो बेटर है. आर यू गेटिंग? इफ यू वांट इट बी देयर, पंखा क्यों डालना जब हवा आ रहा है, ऐसा है कि नहीं? सो दिस आर बेटर ऑप्शंस. मिटिगेशन इज by doing that we are also reducing. So biochar is the best mitigation thing. Are you getting? Plants are best mitigation thing because plants are taking carbon dioxide as well as cooling. They have reduced the greenhouse gases. Okay, they have stored it, sequestered it, and also addressing food security. Many other things they are addressing. वो mitigation में आता है. Are you getting now the difference? So biochar is doing that mitigation factor, and carbon negative it is doing, not even carbon neutral. न्यूट्रल बोले तो पाप पुण्य दोनों को दो डाले, गंगा में जाके 3 बार ऊपर नीचे कर दिए, हो गया, न्यूट्रल हो गया. So वैसा नहीं. Are you getting? Negative means we are leaving some punya for children also, something like that. Are you getting? Like our governments are leaving some debt for our future generations. Is it negative or गाटा तेरा गाटा मेरा गाटा क्या गाना है वो वैसा है. तो देर नेगेटिव है ना, वो नेगेटिव नहीं इधर. कार्बन नेगेटिव बोले तो वी हैव क्रिएटेड सरप्लस. ये कोरोना पॉजिटिव बोले तो लोग पूछते थोड़े दिन. हाँ मैं पॉजिटिव बी पॉजिटिव बोलते हैं ना वैसा. तो बाद में पता चला ये पॉजिटिव वाला आदमी को भगाओ यहाँ से. So it is so many confusion terms, don't worry, but it is like that. Preservation of ecosystems, forests and other, ये पूरा sequestration में भी काम करेगा. Cover crops, this is very very important. Never plow your field and leave it open, always keep. So see, it has become a fashion, preparation बोल के. जैसे ये best field है देखो अपना. The interference is least. Permaculture design में पूरा है values. Those who are already PDC, you know, otherwise when your madam will give an exposure around, then you will learn. Agroforestry, agriculture plus forestry integrated, that is also very good. Then no-till farming, lazy man's job. मोनोसबू हो फुकुओका बोलते हैं ना, 1 स्टार रेवोल्यूशन, वो पढ़ लो एक बार, वो भी अच्छा है. Biochar application. So all these are there. So here afforestation, what I said earlier, but other things are there like carbon capture and storage methods, direct air capture. So many are there here. I will tell something. All these things will also add value like climate change mitigation, preservation of biodiversity, sustainable agriculture, enhanced ecosystem services. By doing this, whatever examples I have given, they will add. But here the challenges are related to carbon sequestration, that is technological and financial. Who will invest? See, I am not contributor, so why I should invest? That's why developed countries, we are asking them to give money. So till now, till recently, America was denying climate change, but highest research happened in America telling that global warming, climate change is happening. Their scientists are telling, their policy makers are denying, their media is even denying. Katrina आ गया, अपना Katrina नहीं. So Katrina आया तो we have a huge flood, we have so many millions, but not a single word on climate change was uttered. Are you getting? They did not utter. Even their उनका वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जो है अलगोर, बेचारा वो बोल बोल के थक गया, नोबेल प्राइज मिल गया और भी उसका शटअप हो गया. नोबेल प्राइज दिए तो और क्या है, काम हो गया ना, तो बंद ही हो गया उसका मुंह. तो दिस इज द सिचुएशन एक्चुअली. सो हियर सोशल एंड एथिकल कंसिडरेशंस भी है बहुत सारे. जैसा दे आर आस्किंग अस, इंडिया इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द मेजर पोल्यूटर्स ग्लोबली. तुम्हारा पॉपुलेशन इतना है, ठीक है, इंडिविजुअली यू आर लेस कंट्रीब्यूटिंग, बट ओवरऑल यू आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग. आपका नंबर तो 1 2 3 4 में है. चाइना, यूएसए, उसके बाद कौन है, इंडिया, ऐसा ही है ना. तो आप लोग है, तो आप भी तो पाप कर रहे हैं. लेकिन इधर वो सोशल एंड एथिकल थिंग्स भी देखना है. से ऑल दिस ईयर्स और पीपल आर पुअर, दे डिड नॉट इवन सी ए लाइट. अभी तो बिजली मिला है, अरे अभी तो उन लोग मोटर लगाया है, अभी तो घर घर को पानी आ रहा है. अभी आप उनको टोटली यू वांट टू क्लोज, देन हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू सर्वाइव. सो दिस होल डिबेट ऑन developed countries, developing countries, underdeveloping countries, this is ongoing in carbon sequestration or climate change mitigation solutions.